Hello friends, welcome to everything I packed with me to backpack Europe. So of course we have to start with the backpack setup. So I have the Osprey Trek 70 liters, which is an incredible backpack and I would recommend it 1000%. So some of the features that are so important to me in this backpack are these straps right here, specifically this strap. This strap around the waist helps distribute the weight from being all on top of your shoulders, and it helps it just lift it up. And for long walking travel days, this is incredible. Another feature that I love so much about it is the back support that it has. I'm gonna take it off so I can show you. It has this firm back that also is, if you can see right here, actually separated from the backpack. So it just lifts the backpack off your back a little bit, and this is mesh, so it's breathable. So this is incredible. I debated the size a lot before I went. 50 liter, 70 liter, 50 liter, 70 liter. The 70 liter was perfect for me. It was really big, so this thing opens up to be quite huge, but that was so important for me because I didn't have to cram my stuff in there, and so it was easy when picking up and packing from place to place. And I would say that is really important to know. Do you have room in your backpack to get souvenirs? Do you have enough room in your backpack that when it comes to up and leave your hostel, you're not having to cram everything in there stressfully? So I would rather have more room than not enough. The only thing about the 70 liter is that depending on the dimensions, there's my crazy dog who opens doors. Depending on the dimensions, it's not usually a carry-on size, so you might have to check it, which was okay for me. I was okay with spending a little bit of extra money to check my bag to make sure that I had adequate room. But if you're going to be flying more often when you're over there, then that might be something to note for you. So then let's get on to my front bag, which I know, total nerd with it on the front and the back. I was really uncomfortable getting used to this, but it's actually a much more comfortable setup because you have the weight evenly distributed on the front and the back. So this is a 20 liter backpack. I don't actually know the name of the brand, but it is going to be linked on my Amazon storefront and my YouTube, along with everything else that I am mentioning today. It'll all be there nice and organized and laid out. And I really loved everything that I did choose to buy and pack with me because I'm one of those people who reads reviews for every single thing in all the reviews, and these are really amazing. So in my backpack I kept all of my clothes, and then in this front bag I would put my food, because once I was over there I started carrying around my own food with me, so I would keep my snacks in this bag. I kept all of my important stuff in this bag. So I would keep my Kindle, my phone, all of my electronics, and all of that good stuff. So what I used for a purse was this fanny pack. So when I wasn't wearing the fanny pack, it would go in here along with all of my other important stuff. So this was the only purse that I brought with me. I found out that I could wear it like, oh wait, you have to adjust it, it's really tight right there. This is how I have it set up. I found out that I could wear it as a purse and then also around my waist. So this was pretty much like my purse while I was there. It was just big enough to put my wallet and my phone in, which was all I really needed. So I just want to go over all like the bags that I brought first. So something really important to take with is reusable bags. I just got simple bags like these, and I brought 3 of them. So this would also be like my purse for the day. This just like bigger canvas type of bag. I would also take this with me when I would go grocery shopping, because they do make you pay for plastic bags there. So I would use this for grocery shopping, and I would use it for going out. If my purse wasn't enough, if I wanted to take like a little jacket or a little towel or books or anything else with me, and then I would just put my fanny pack purse in here. So I also used these bags. So I had one that I used for groceries, one that I used as like an outing bag, and then one that I would keep my dirty clothes in. So let's jump into clothes. So I packed packing cubes for all of my clothes. I had 3 packing cubes, and these ones were really great. Packing cubes compress all of your clothes as well as keep them organized. So I had this one bigger packing cube, which I would keep my dresses and my pants in. And then I had this smaller packing cube, which I kept my shirts in. And then I had this smaller packing cube, which I kept my swimsuits, socks, underwear, and bras in. So these 3 packing cubes were like the drawers in my dresser. And I would 1000% recommend packing cubes, because it's such a good way to keep your stuff organized, and it saves you so much room in your bag. So then with my dirty clothes, I would put them into one of these bags in here, and this was my dirty hamper. Another thing that I have listed with bags and just like the big stuff is I also took a water bottle with me. And I think that this is super important, because you're gonna have refillable water places everywhere, and it's so much better than having a plastic one, and you can carry so much water with you. So I would recommend getting a big water bottle that is leak proof, so that you can throw it in your backpack when you need to, and also be able to take it with you everywhere. So the next thing that I would recommend on the topic of clothes is this clothes hanger. So it has 2 Velcro sides that you can attach to something, and then it has like this twisted rope, so you can just string your clothes through there. You just pull the 2 ends of them through the rope, and then you can dry your clothes, because in Europe there's not always going to be dryers, and in hostels you have to pay to use the washer, and the dryer is usually separate as well. So I would totally recommend one of these thingies also on my storefront. So another thing that I brought with me that I don't have in this bag right now is laundry detergent sheets. So these are so incredible because they take up no room at all. They're just little tiny like sheets. They look like dryer sheets, but they are laundry detergent. And so a lot of them are about yay big. I would actually cut them into a couple different pieces so that you can do smaller loads. And what's great about these is that you can just rip them up into tiny pieces, fill up the sink with warm water, and put them in there and just kind of like hand wash your clothes in the sink. I loved to do that when I just needed to wash a few things and when I didn't want to pay for washers. So that was a lifesaver. And then they also smell good and kind of act as like bag fresheners. So I would put a couple of them like in each of my packing cubes, and it would just like keep it smelling nice and fresh. Okay, the last thing about clothes is what I actually packed for clothes. So I'm not exactly gonna go through it with you, but I'm going to like place a picture somewhere here and you can screenshot it. Next, I want to talk about toiletries. If you're going to take anything from this video, please take this, a hanging toiletry bag. Where is it? A hanging toiletry bag. Okay, a lot of the hostel bathrooms are not luxurious. And they don't have a lot of counter space. And so a lot of them always have towel hangers though. So you could just hang your toiletry bag on the towel hanger, or like the side of the shower, because they don't have like places to put your soaps and stuff in the shower. Oh my goodness. This is my baby. I've never had any other hanging toiletry bag, but this one in particular is so incredible because it's like small, but the amount of stuff it fits is crazy. And I've hung it with it being so heavy in here, and still like this is still working perfectly. So let me show you. It looks like this, and then it unfolds. It unfolds to this. So yeah, this is incredible. So something, I didn't pack my toiletry bag like I had it packed, but I'm just gonna explain to you the key takeaways, and I would say that this is one of them. So this is like a Febreze spray. So instead of just like rewearing your stuff and smelling bad and just like spraying perfume on it and smelling like dirty laundry plus some perfume, this will like freshen up your clothes and make it smell like it just came out of the washer. And then you put your perfume on top of this. It just like smells fresh as a base. So I'd really recommend like a little, the brand is Febreze, like a little Febreze, just like laundry detergent type of spray. And this was like travel size. So yeah, I would really recommend one of these, and then like this little thing of Q-tips, and then very importantly, shampoo and conditioner bars. Okay, I have my hair up, but it is long and thick, and when I go to wash my hair with liquid shampoo and conditioner, I go through it so fast. This would be like a travel size shampoo conditioner. This would last me like 3 washes. So I would really recommend getting a shampoo, conditioner, and bar because they last so much longer and you don't have to worry about them being like liquid for flying. So I would just keep my shampoo bar in a plastic bag as well as my conditioner in a separate plastic bag, and I loved it. Actually, now that I'm even back home, all I use is shampoo and conditioner bars because it's actually so much easier to find ones that have good ingredients without fillers and parabens and all the nasty stuff. So I swear by shampoo and conditioner bars, and they're definitely a must for traveling. And then this is something simple, maybe self-explanatory, but like a little toothbrush cover. Love. And then actually for my toothpaste, I don't have it with me, but it was a powdered toothpaste. So same sort of dealio, like you go through it so much slower, so it lasts a lot longer. And then also for the liquid requirement, like it's basically like bringing a big tube of one, but it doesn't even count towards the liquid, I don't know, measurements, requirements for flying. And yeah, this is so incredible. So I would have one that I would use as like my toothbrush, my toothpaste, my floss, and then one that I had my shampoo and conditioner bars, and then like my skincare products, and then one that was like makeup and hair ties. And then I think I had this top one was Febreze spray, perfume, and deodorant. So I love this. Oh, and it has a pouch right here. This thing is my baby. I love this thing. Okay, next is microfiber towels. So I brought 2 microfiber towels with me, which was incredible because I would use one as like my shower towel, and then I would use one as like my beach towel / like blanket for if I wanted to have a little picnic or something. And microfiber is so crucial because it dries quickly and you don't want wet towels in your bag. So I actually got like bigger ones. I'm just gonna open it up to show you. I got like the bigger ones, and I was really happy that I did because I could actually like cover myself in the towel and be covered, so if I'm like walking around the hostel before I'm dressed. And it has just like this little hangy thingy too. Yeah, I loved me microfiber towels. And something else is a lot of the hostels will have bunk beds, and the nice ones have like curtains so that you can close it, but the other ones don't, and so it's kind of really exposed. But if you have towels, you can kind of just like tuck them into the part of the bunk bed, or if you're on the top of the bunk, you just hang them over the bar, and so then you have privacy curtains. So the next thing is eye mask and earbuds. For the sleeping situation, you are gonna want these, honey. You're gonna want these. So this is actually just like the one I have by my bed right now, but I got a really nice one that like had shape to it, so it didn't like push down on your eyes. It kind of sat away from your eyes. That one's linked on my storefront. I think this is one that like came with a pair of earbuds that I brought with me. But these earbuds are in a little case. Earbuds are super easy to lose, so I got a pack with like a bunch of them, and I brought them with me, and I also would give them to people who didn't have any, so that's a nice way to meet friends. Hey, you want a pair of earbuds? That guy's a snorer. Let's talk about it. It's a good way to meet friends. Okay, so next is locks. I brought 6 locks with me, 2 different types. So I got 4 of these kinds of locks, which are like, they have like a bendy part so that you can clip it on to different shapes and such. And I brought 4 of these, and then I brought 2 of these bigger sturdy locks. So at all times, I would keep all zippers of my bags locked. So on my front pack, where I kept my electronics, my groceries, all that sort of stuff, always locked on the 2 zippers. On my backpack, on these 2 zippers, always locked. And then a lot of hostels will have like lockers where you could put your backpacks in. I would always keep my bags locked even in the lockers, but then I would use these at the hostel's lockers to lock my stuff, because they will either make you rent your locks for the lockers or they'll make you buy them. So I just always kept a lot of my own, and some of the hostels actually don't even have lockers, so just being able to have locks to lock your stuff up is so important. So another thing that I brought that I only used once is a chain. I don't know how long it is, maybe 3 feet long. So if the places didn't have lockers, what I would do is I would just lock my bags up, and then I would use the chain to like lock it to the bed or something so that my backpack couldn't be taken from that spot. Okay, so on the safety realm, another thing that I brought with me was air tags, which it's just like peace of mind. I had 4 air tags with me, and I put 1 in each of my bags. So I think I had 1 in my wallet, 1 in my fanny pack, and then 1 in each of my backpacks. And what I actually did with my air tags was I got air tag holders for them, and then I zip tagged like the holder into like a secret hidden spot in my bag so that no one could be like, oh, let me see that air tag, take it off. Like, no, I just had it like hidden in there, zip tied up. So I love air tags so much because I could be able to track all of my stuff. I feel like even if I'm like leaving the hostel, just making sure my stuff is still there, or you know, traveling, scurrying from train to train, it just gave me a lot of peace of mind to always know where my stuff was. So there's like no self-protection devices allowed in Europe right now. So before I was thinking like, oh, I wish I could bring like pepper spray or like a little pocket knife or something, but they don't really allow any of that for like recreational use. So what I brought instead, which I don't have on me right now, is a birdie, which is like this device that like when you pull it, it makes like a really loud noise. And I kept one of those like in with my purse when I was going out, or like near my bed when I was sleeping. So I would really recommend like a birdie, because it also gives you just that sense of peace of mind that like if you do feel unsafe and if anything's happening, you can just pull something that will make a lot of noise to bring attention to you. Something else that is an absolute must is a power adapter. So you're going to be going to a bunch of different countries, and some of them might have different outlets for the walls. So I have this power adapter, and it can do so many things, as well as it has two like USB ports at the bottom so that you can plug in two things from one outlet. And yeah, this is just like a must, because yeah, it's a must. Something else that is a must is a portable charger. So sometimes outlets are going to be limited in these big hostel rooms where everyone's trying to charge their devices. But when you get that opportunity that you have an outlet, if you can plug in your portable charger, then you can take that with you everywhere. As well as long travel days, you're going to want to have your phone charged and your devices charged. So having a portable charger, I would say, is crucial. And then also sometimes you're going to be on the top bunk, and being able to have your own outlet, your portable charger up there, is really nice. So on the topic of electronics, something else that I brought with me, it's right here, actually charging, is a Kindle. So I was like, how am I gonna bring all my books with me? I brought a Kindle instead. And this is actually one of like the nicer Kindles, which is basically like an iPad. And so I also could download Netflix and Hulu and Shmulu and all that stuff and watch TV on my Kindle too. And it's just so easy to pack and read books on as well. Okay, so something else that I brought with me, which, come on now, is a journal. And I don't know, maybe you're not a journaler, but backpacking is going to be an incredible experience for you, and having your own little journal where you can write your story, and I don't know, maybe on those long train rides, get off your phone for a little bit. I think having a journal is just so special. And something that I didn't do, but if I could go back in time, I would do, is every significant person that I meet, my friends along the way, before we depart, I would ask them to write a little something, like their best advice, or just a little note in my journal. That's something I wish I did with my journal. So live out my dreams and do that, please. I'm totally gonna do something like that on my next adventure, or maybe even have like a separate little journal where I could just have them all write their stuff in there. But yeah, one journal will do it. Now I want to talk about food. So something I did was brought 3 collapsible containers with me. Because once you're out there, you're going to realize, I want to be able to make some of my own food. You don't want to eat out for every meal. And so having your own little containers are so good. Also for leftovers at restaurants, you can just put them in here. Great to reduce waste. And this is funny, I actually have a sticker. So a lot of the hostels will have community kitchens. And for the fridges or little pantries or things like that, they'll have stickers where you can write your name and the date, and they'll put it in the fridge, or you'll put it in the fridge or the pantry, and it'll just be labeled with your name. So this is from a pretty spicy hostel, which has a note that says, "Don't steal my forking food," with my name and my date. And that is, okay, this is a little hack. So sometimes they have free food shelves in the refrigerators and pantries in hostels where like people check out and they don't take their food with them and they'll go to a free food shelf. Take advantage of those. When I was in Switzerland, which is where like food is like the most expensive, this one hostel had a free food shelf that was popping off. I only bought food one single time when I was in Switzerland because I just ate off of the free food shelf. Like, no shame in my game. I mean, I don't want it to go to waste. So definitely take advantage of that. But I brought 3 of these, and one of them I never used because one of them, this one, I kept my spices in. So a lot of the hostels will probably just have salt and pepper, but maybe if you're cooking, you want to be able to have your own spices. So I have a bag here with my favorite spices in them. I had one of nooch, one, I think I put one of salt and pepper too, and then one of onion powder and garlic powder. I just kept them all in individual bags. In this bag, it smells so good in this. It's kind of gross. It's been sitting in my backpack for a few months, so I'm just gonna place that there now. And then on the topic of food, something else that I brought with me was sporks. So you're gonna be wanting to have picnic lunches, or maybe just the silverware is a little questionable or they don't have it in the hostel that you're in. Having just something like a spork where you can have your own fork and spoon is so nice. And this fork even has like a serrated side on the end, so you can use it as a knife. Yeah, I brought 2 of these in case I wanted to share a meal or in case one of them was dirty. Then I just brought like a little first aid kit with me, which is pretty much just like band-aids and like alcohol wipes and like some little Advils or something. Thankfully all I had to use was the band-aids for blisters and stuff like that. And lastly, I just want to cover the important stuff, which is money documents. So this is pretty smart. I took all of my documents, like my passport, my credit card, my driver's license, all of my things like that, and I made a little document of it, and then I printed that out on paper so that if I lost the real things, I would be able to have a copy of all of them on paper. So I took this paper and I folded it up super small, and I like stuffed it in one of my packing cubes. I think it was like my underwear packing cube, like no one's gonna look there. And yeah, I just felt like that was really nice to know that like I had all of my things in case I lost them. And so on the topic of passports, I was so nervous about what to do with my passport at first that I would take it with me everywhere I went. I had kept it in my fanny pack. I would travel it with me everywhere. I stopped doing that because I realized I was probably more likely to lose it in my purse than I was locked up in my backpack at the hostel. But yeah, I would just keep your passport locked up. For money, what I did was I actually got a certain travel credit card, and this was really nice because I didn't have to worry about currency exchange fees, which are usually just like 1 to 5%, but those can like add up over time. So I got a specific credit card that didn't have any of those fees. And then for cash, I actually pre-ordered all of my euros beforehand. I think I went with about like 800 or 900 euros. And I just ordered these from my bank before, and also I ordered it in bulk so I didn't have that currency exchange fee. I just wanted to completely avoid ATMs because they're kind of terrifying to me. Like, I didn't want my credit card to be eaten, my information to be stolen. So I just ordered them online through my bank before, and they actually just sent them to me in the mail. So that is everything that I packed with me to backpack Europe. I hope that this video helped, and if you have any questions, please comment because I would love to help you plan your adventures. Like I said, everything that I packed with me will be listed on my Amazon storefront, which you can find in the link in my bio. I know that this is going to be the best experience ever for you, and I'm so proud of you for choosing to travel and create an adventurous lifestyle for yourself.